the shadow_archives channel. In Buddhism, Manjushri Bodhisattva is an extremely special bodhisattva, particularly in Tibetan Vajrayana. According to legend, the first Buddhist sutra the Tibetan Vajrayana practitioners typically study is the Manjushri Samhiti Sutra. This sutra contains countless mysterious mantras, and the first mantra people learn is the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra. Moreover, Buddhist scriptures clearly state that Manjushri Bodhisattva is the greatest among all bodhisattvas. Unlike other bodhisattvas, Shakyamuni Buddha conferred upon him the title of Dharma Prince. Only Manjushri Bodhisattva holds this title. No other bodhisattva has received it. So why is Manjushri Bodhisattva so special? This video will provide you with methods to attain wisdom transcending time and space, like Manjushri Bodhisattva. It will be a sharp sword, cutting through all ignorance and afflictions within you. Don't forget to subscribe to the shadow_archives channel and turn on notifications so you don't. Many may not know that Manjushri Bodhisattva holds a very unique presence in Buddhism. This is the famous image of the three saints of the Avatamsaka in Buddhism. In the center is, of course, Shakyamuni Buddha. On the left is Manjushri Bodhisattva, the Buddha's powerful assistant. And on the right is Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. Since he is in the center, it is naturally Shakyamuni Buddha. On the left is Manjushri Bodhisattva, the Buddha's powerful assistant. And on the right is Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. These two bodhisattvas are like great ministers assisting the Buddha in teaching sentient beings. Naturally, Shakyamuni Buddha would typically surpass these two bodhisattvas. However, interestingly, according to Buddhist scriptures, the true identity of Manjushri Bodhisattva is incredibly mysterious. Buddhist scriptures say that countless eons ago, Manjushri Bodhisattva had already attained Buddha. Everyone knows that our world in Buddhism is called the Saha world. But according to Buddhist scriptures, before the Saha world existed, there was a world called the world of emptiness and stillness. In that world, Manjushri Bodhisattva had become a Buddha, serving as the teaching master of the world of emptiness and stillness, with the title Great Earth Father. And in another world that was destroyed long ago, called the world of equality, Manjushri Bodhisattva was formerly known as Dragon Son and honored King Tata. Even now, Manjushri Bodhisattva is actually no longer a bodhisattva. He is currently the teaching master of another world, akin to the concept of a parallel universe. Our world is called the Saha world, but parallel to it, there is another world called the world of joy. Manjushri Bodhisattva is the teaching master of that world, bearing the title Joyful Treasury Mani Jewel Crown. However, to assist Shakyamuni Buddha in teaching session, he descended to our Saha world in the form of a bodhisattva. Thus, outwardly, we only see Shakyamuni Buddha. But in reality, there are always two Buddhas teaching us simultaneously. Manjushri Bodhisattva doesn't stop there. He attained Buddhahood long ago and also holds a special title, Teacher of the Seven Buddhas. He not only attained Buddhahood himself long ago, but is also the teacher of many other Buddhas. In the Lotus Sutra, there is mention of a world destroyed long ago, not our Saha world. In that world, there was a bodhisattva named Wonderful Light. He taught the Dharma to 8 princes, and the Dharma he taught was the Lotus Sutra. The Lotus Sutra differs from other sutras. It is considered the king of sutras, the pinnacle of all Buddhist scriptures. The beginning of the Lotus Sutra is not like other sutras that typically invite everyone to study. The Lotus Sutra directly declares that those without sufficient karmic affinity or practice should leave, as they cannot comprehend it. Those 8 princes already had profound virtuous roots, and after listening to Wonderful Light Bodhisattva's teachings, they practiced and eventually all attained Buddhahood. Wonderful Light Bodhisattva is none other than a previous incarnation of Manjushri Bodhisattva. Among those 8 princes, one is known to us as Dipankara Buddha, and another is Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha of this Saha world. Not only the 8 princes, but Buddhist scriptures also say that Manjushri Bodhisattva taught countless other sentient beings, and they all attained Buddhahood. Therefore, the true identity of Manjushri Bodhisattva is extremely special. He is the teacher of the 7 Buddhas, akin to Confucius in the human world being the teacher of all teachers. Manjushri Bodhisattva is the teacher of many Buddhas, so you can understand why, besides being regarded as the foremost among all bodhisattvas, he represents wisdom in Buddhism.
As the teacher of teachers, the teacher of Buddhas, how could he not possess great wisdom, right? That is why in Tibetan Vajrayana scriptures, the first sutra people study is the Manjushri Nama Samgiti Sutra. And the first mantra they learn is the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra, because only through the blessing of Manjushri Bodhisattva can one open their wisdom. It is said that children in Tibet, if by the age of 2 to 3 they still cannot speak or speak clearly, or have poor academic results, are often taught to recite the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra. If a young Lama studies Buddhist teachings but cannot grasp them, makes no progress, or does not understand the scriptures, they will recite this mantra to open their wisdom. Importantly, do not think that the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra only helps Buddhist disciples open their wisdom. The Buddhist scriptures also clearly state that the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra can help even ordinary people like us open wisdom in daily life. The Father carries the debt, the Son does not toil. Profit lies in the market, not in the profit itself.
This saying emphasizes the importance of wisdom in life. Many people in business or trade are not smooth, or their families are not harmonious.
Often, we only focus on career or family without realizing that there might be something invisible, like an unplugged plug. Wisdom not being opened, so life is not good.
The Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra not only helps enhance ordinary knowledge or intelligence, but in Buddhism, reciting this mantra is also like opening a heavenly eye.
It not only helps increase ordinary intelligence but also helps you understand the deepest things in the universe, things that the eye cannot see and language cannot describe.
Therefore, those who have some understanding of Buddhism all wish to recite the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra. And what is special is that this mantra is very short, only 7 characters.
A famous Tibetan Buddhist scholar named Lop Sang explained this mantra in great detail.
Master Lop Sang recounted that previously when he studied Buddhism in Tibet, for the first 2 years he made no progress at all. As we know, in Tibetan Buddhism, donating Buddhist scriptures is an important method to clearly understand the principles. But Master Lop Sang said that for the first 2 years, he completely did not know what he was debating about, studying for 2 years without understanding anything. Finally, Lop Sang's master told him to recite the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra daily.
And one day, like a sudden enlightenment, he began to understand what he previously could not, and scriptural debate also became sharper. So, let us together explore the secret behind this mantra and how to recite it. First, let us explain the first word in the mantra.
The character Om is actually not exclusive to the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra. It appears in many other mantras in Buddhism.
Om Kale Kale Kundi. All mantras begin with the character Om. This Om carries a special meaning.
First, it represents taking refuge in the Buddha, taking refuge in the Bodhisattva.
When you recite a mantra, you're seeking blessings from the Buddha and Bodhisattva. Fundamentally, you must respect them. This is one aspect.
Another aspect of the character Om is compassion. You cannot only think about receiving the blessings of the Buddha and Bodhisattva to open wisdom for yourself, but must also generate a compassionate heart, like the Buddha and Bodhisattva towards all sentient beings. Finally, the most important thing is that the character Om expresses solemnity and reverence as you prepare to recite the mantra. It is like a signal to the Buddha and Bodhisattva that,
I am ready. I am very solemn and reverent, please bless me.
Some people say that when reciting the character Om, you need to pay special attention. It is not pronounced with an open mouth like Ah, but you must pronounce it with a nasal sound, creating a vibration in the nasal cavity and head. Reciting Om should create a feeling of resonance, like a temple bell just struck.
The sound echoing far and then continuing to vibrate in space. Some say that this very vibration is the key, a mystical connection that cannot be described in words.
When you recite the character Om, it is like plugging an electrical plug into a socket or a phone connecting to the network. Like an old TV that has adjusted the antenna correctly to receive a clear signal. The character Om can create a vibrational frequency that connects to some mysterious energy source. When the connection is established, the mantras and blessings of the Bodhisattva and Buddha can then come to you. After discussing the character Om, we continue with the next 5 characters in the mantra. Ra Pa Ca Na.
Behind these 5 characters lies a very profound wisdom.
Many people recite the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra, but they often do not understand the deep meaning of these characters.
They think that mantras are a mystery that cannot be explained.
But in fact, in the Anatasaka Sutra, the section on entering the Dharma realm reveals the secret of these true words.
When you understand the wisdom behind these true words, reciting the mantra will
Bring you a completely different experience. In the Anatasaka Sutra, it not only explains these mantras but also explains a total of 42 Sanskrit characters, known as the 42 Anatasaka letters.
These characters are transliterated in Chinese, and their deeper hidden meanings are also explained. Additionally, the Avatamsaka Sutra points out that many people do not realize that chanting mantras is not merely reciting them as we commonly think. Instead, like ancient priests used to sing and chant to deities, mantras should actually be sung, not just recited. Therefore, it is not chanting but rather singing the mantra. If you listen carefully to Buddhist music in temples, you will notice that people are not just chanting but singing the mantra. Now, let us explore the meaning of the next 5 characters in the mantra.
First is the character A in the Anatasaka Sutra. The character A represents non-arising. So, what does non-arising mean? Do not rush. The sutra continues to explain that all dharmas are originally unarising.
What are all dharmas? They are everything you can see, touch, or even imagine. All these are called dharmas. But when you are enlightened, everything you see, touch, or imagine is originally without arising. It inherently does not exist, and then you will understand the secret of the character A. This corresponds to the concept of emptiness in Theravada Buddhism. When you are truly enlightened, you realize that all dharmas are empty. Then, you will understand the secret of the character A. When entering the character A, if you truly connect with the Buddha and Bodhisattva as if plugging into a power source, you will enter a gate called Prajna Paramita. So, what is Prajna Paramita? Prajna means wisdom, supreme wisdom. Paramita means the other shore.
When you attain this supreme wisdom, you will transcend the cycle of rebirth in the 3 realms, no longer subject to birth and death.
When you enter the character A, if you truly attain that wisdom, you have reached a realm called Prajna Paramita, the realm of Bodhisattvas.
When entering the character A and realizing that all dharmas are empty, you will naturally break through all obstacles and afflictions.
That is the secret of the character A, helping you realize emptiness. Next is the character Ra. Although written as Da in the text, the correct pronunciation is Ra. During the Tang dynasty, pronunciations were very different from today. For example, we call it Buddha Da, but in the Tang dynasty, it was pronounced as Buddha.
In the Avatamsaka Sutra, the character Ra represents impurity, meaning filth. However, the true meaning of Ra is not simply dirtiness as the word impurity suggests.
The sutra continues to explain that all dharmas are originally pure and undefiled. What does this mean?
To understand the character Ra, you need to combine it with the meaning of the previous character A when you realize that all dharmas are empty.
You will recognize that within this emptiness, there is only purity without any defilement.
Purity here is not simply peace or tranquility as humans commonly understand.
Here, purity also represents a great joy, but this joy is completely different from human joy.
This joy is the joy you can only attain when free from the cycle of rebirth in the 6 realms, achieving enlightenment after understanding the emptiness of all dharmas.
Therefore, the character Ra represents purity and an absolute joy that cannot be described in human language. Just as in life, you need to experience suffering and afflictions to appreciate happiness and joy. This means your life will always be a combination of joy and sorrow, happiness and suffering. As long as you are human, you cannot completely escape afflictions and suffering to live only with joy and happiness. But the pure joy we refer to here is a different kind of joy. When you realize the wisdom of A, the wisdom of the emptiness of all dharmas,
you will experience an absolute joy that does not require opposition to afflictions and suffering.
You can continuously feel that joy without needing to rely on comparison or opposition. That is the meaning of originally pure, undefiled. In this emptiness, there is only purity, an extremely pure joy without any afflictions or suffering. This is the profound meaning of the character Ra. It implies that when you realize the emptiness of all dharmas, you will attain an indescribable pure joy, a joy that only Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can experience. Therefore, when understanding the secrets of the characters A and Ra, you will realize that both symbolize profound wisdom of emptiness and boundless pure joy. It is not just the small wisdom you can attain in daily life. The Bodhisattva Manjushri transmitted this mantra not only to open small wisdom for us, but with reverence and increasing mantra recitation. This mantra will help you realize a deep wisdom indescribable in words, a wisdom of non-arising, non-ceasing, the tranquility of nirvana, and pure joy. Thus, when we recite these two mantra characters, it is like making a vow to aspire toward enlightenment of that profound wisdom. After explaining the characters A and Ra, we will continue with the character Ba. It must be said that its meaning left a very deep impression on me. You will feel the smallness of humans before the boundless wisdom of Buddhism, even to the point of being almost frightening. In the sutra, the character Ba implies the supreme meaning. So, what is the supreme meaning? Simply put, it is the wisdom of emptiness and Buddha nature.
The sutra further explains that the supreme meaning can only be attained through self-enlightenment,
not a realm that can be expressed in words or thoughts. So, what does this mean?
Self-enlightenment here is not us consciously working or studying, but a deep spiritual enlightenment.
The supreme meaning can only be perceived through spiritual enlightenment, a special state of mind. The sutra explains that the supreme meaning cannot be attained through others' words or human logical thinking. No matter how many sutras you read or how many dharma talks you listen to, they are still just human linguistic and conceptual means.
The secret of the supreme truth cannot be conveyed to help you understand.
You can only attain it through profound inner enlightenment. Thus, the supreme truth is too profound to be comprehended through language and thought.
Only by transcending the barriers of language and thought, with the blessings of Manjushri Bodhisattva, can you gradually open your spiritual awareness and reach that enlightenment.
Carries a similar meaning to the syllable.
In the sutra, the syllable ka represents the source of action, meaning your speech and conduct.
But the sutra also emphasizes that, once you understand all phenomena are empty, how can you think you comprehend such profound wisdom merely through speech and action?
To attain the deepest wisdom, one must let go of all distinctions about the world, not clinging to the notion of self, others, or sentient beings.
Let thoughts, speech, and action become empty. When you let go of everything, you will break through all obstacles and uncover the profound secret of the supreme truth. You are inherently Buddha, and by abandoning all actions, you will achieve supreme wisdom.
The syllable na in the mantra also carries a similar meaning, symbolizing the absence of beginning and end.
All phenomena transcend language and form, beyond human perception.
You cannot use ordinary worldly wisdom to understand the supreme truth. Similarly, the three syllables in the mantra all emphasize that supreme wisdom cannot be expressed in words or thoughts. It surpasses all rules and logical reasoning.
To comprehend this truth, you need to abandon everything that humans can perceive, including language, action, and even thought.
Only by doing so will you have a chance to understand the profound secret of wisdom. In Buddhism, although the supreme truth cannot be expressed in language, Manjushri Bodhisattva has transmitted a special method to us, the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra. This mantra has 7 syllables, and the final syllable, Bhi, is the key to unlocking the door of wisdom.
Is like the incantation.
The image of the Manjushri mantra in Buddhism can help you understand more clearly. Surrounded by 6 syllables, the syllable Bhi is at the center, larger and separate.
Dhi is the seed syllable of the mantra, the most important syllable that helps open wisdom.
When reciting the Manjushri Bodhisattva heart mantra, you need to focus especially on the syllable. There are many ways to chant the mantra, but emphasizing a single phi will yield greater effectiveness. Take deep breaths, let go of all thoughts, and concentrate on reciting phi with absolute reverence.